Welcome back to Tiger Field here in Napavine, where it is time to wrap this one up with the Aldersons Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. I am Matthew King, joined alongside Brian Watson, had Keith King running camera for us, and Jeff Mataroshi running around doing Jeff Mataroshi things. You never know. It's too over my head. But a dominant performance for the Napavine Tigers here in Week 1. They knock off the Adna Pirates 40-0. And for the Tigers, I mean, we use that phrase. They don't rebuild, they reload. They look just as strong, if not even stronger this year than they did last year.
They looked really good tonight. Athletes all over the field. For the most part, they played disciplined and played good football, aside from a few penalties. But the coaching staff will get that cleaned up. But all around, they look good defensively, offensively. They covered well on special teams. Good night for the Tigers.
And a lot of different names we called. I mean, whether it be Cale Stanley, Ashton Demarest, of course, Max O'Neill, Carson Denal, James Gross, Austin Chapman, Mario Lara, Colin Shields, Connor Holmes. And that's just the skill position players.
Right.
Up front, they were dominating. It's everywhere. There's not a weak spot on this team ever. And like you said, penalties aside, they played nearly a perfect football game.
They did. They played well, and that speaks to the coaching staff and the preparation. I know all these teams, they play hard, they practice hard, and they prepare hard. But Napavine, they just do it so well. Coach Fay, I believe he's been here 16 years, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of that coaching staff has been with him. Coach Wilson and Coach Bullock and Coach Demarest. They just really prepare, and they know what they're doing, and they've got a program here that is pretty special, and we're pretty proud to be a part of it.
It was a special performance for Napavine here tonight. For Adna, not the way you want to start your season, not the way you want to start the Jason Dunnigan era. But again, you got to work out the kinks. We talked about when they did this to Napavine and then lost Napavine in the semifinals in the same season. It's bulletin board material. It's something that can put fuel to the fire. It's something that can really motivate a team, and only time will tell where the Adna Pirates go from here and what they do with this.
Well, this was a tough first game for Coach Dunnigan to come out against your rival, against a well-oiled Napavine machine. But they're going to watch film. They're going to get back on the practice field and work some things out. And I have no doubt that they're going to come out strong next week, and they're going to have a good rest of the season. This isn't the last we've heard of Adna. They're going to have a good year.
They are in for a very good year. Let's go ahead and get our MVP of this one. Our MVP brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. And I mean, there wasn't really a need for us to debate this. There was one common theme all throughout this game, and that was Ashton Demarest. Whether he was doing it with the legs, with his arm, he was just doing it all. Really special performance from a special QB.
He really is. He's a leader. His leadership qualities have really improved. Not that he was a great leader last year as well, but you can really see it out there. He looks older. He commands this team. He's the leader of this team, along with him and Cale Stanley. But he was throwing it all over the field, running the ball, and leading this team to a 40-point victory here on opening night.
Do you have some final stats for him?
I do. So he ended the night, again, these are my stats here, unofficial, but I've got 12 for 19 through the air with 299 yards and 4 touchdowns, and also 83 yards on the ground for Ashton Demarest tonight.
Incredible performance, so congratulations to Ashton Demarest, our Thorbeck's MVP for the Napavine Tigers. These teams will be back in action next week. Napavine will play in a game you can catch right here on ESN. Brian, you'll be back here with Garrett Spivey next week.
I will. Looking forward to it.
The Tigers host the Onalaska Loggers, another rivalry game for Napavine right out of the gate. Meanwhile, for Adna, it looks like they're going to have a tough test in their home opener next week. They host PL Willapa Valley, who look like they're going to knock off Tenino, who's a contender at 1A. So that's a big challenge for the Pirates next week. We'll see how they respond after this one. But that's going to do it for this edition of High School Football here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Once again, the Napavine Tigers knock off the Adna Pirates 40-0. We do want to remind you again to follow us on Twitter at YourESN to stay up to date with where we're going to be all week long. A lot of exciting action. Girls soccer coming up, and of course volleyball opening up their season next week. All that coming up. Check out our Twitter at YourESN for our schedule. For our cameraman Keith King, for my partner Brian Watson, I am Matthew King, and that is going to do it. The Tigers beat the Pirates tonight 40-0. We will see you down the road for more high school sports here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend.